What's good, man? It's your boy Plain James checking in, and I'm processing right now with my dog Chris Elijah.
Go to show you, like I said, even when God got a call in your life, no matter how you feeling, no matter what you're going through, God not gonna take His hand off of you.
Yo, it's your boy Chris Elijah, man, and I'm processing right now. And tonight, this evening, earlier, later, I got my homeboy, man, Plain James in here, man.
What's good, man? What's good, man? Glad to be here, bro.
Plain James in the building.
Long overdue, man.
He finna act up, man. He really crazy. Don't let that internet fool you.
Every now and then.
What's going on, man? I see you got your water, you got your chain on, you got your water and your.
Man, this is symbolism. This is what I'm trying to do right now. Just stay above water, boy.
Yeah. Can you walk on it?
Hey,
Would you?
we gonna find out.
Yeah. A lot of people been walking on water lately, man, on the internet.
For sure, man. For sure. I see that, man. It's a little, what you call a little challenge they got going on.
You'll do it?
I can't swim, so I don't do too much around the water.
Oh shit! I can't swim either, bro. I always say this. I done did a whole lot of water activities that I probably shouldn't have done.
Hey, if I can stand up in it, I'm good. When we start getting right here,
Nah.
yeah, I throw in the towel.
I've been parasailing.
Ooh.
I've been tubing, whitewater rafting.
Oh, boy, you playing the wrong game. Bro.
Yeah, it's bad. I think I'm about done, bro. I got away with all them.
Yeah, they don't.
I think I don't want to push it.
Yeah, when I go to the beach, I chill. I don't get in the water, boy.
That boy ain't even letting his toes touch the
I'm,
water.
You might get my ankles for a little while, but other than that, I'm just gonna watch from afar. I just enjoy the view.
Oh, you that guy?
Yeah.
He still got his T-shirt on.
That's it.
Yeah, man.
I got stung by a jellyfish. That was it for me.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
How you get stung by a jellyfish?
I don't know. I was in the water chilling. That's not my felt some of the worst pain I ever felt. But I was walking on water that day. I was running up out of there.
I bet you would.
Man.
Dang.
Yeah, that was terrible.
You had to be in Florida.
Myrtle Beach.
South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to Carolina.
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, it's in the water kind of dark out there, so you really can't see like you would be able in Florida or whatnot.
Yeah.
I was in the water, man. That mud hit me, man. Changed your life.
A jellyfish.
Mm-hmm.
Like on SpongeBob.
Yeah. That's it.
Dang, bro. I never thought about getting stung by a jellyfish.
It hit you right, bro.
You made me think about that Will Smith movie.
Mm-hmm.
That mother killed him, didn't it?
Yeah.
Jellyfish took Will Smith out of here.
They got some out here that's
Pre-slap.
Yeah, they got some out here that's poisonous like that. Look, but thankfully I got hit by one. It just had a little pop to it. But yeah, they got some.
Yeah.
It get crazy.
Yeah. You ever been shot before?
Shot?
Shock.
Oh, shot? Oh, yeah.
Like electrocuted?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've been shot before.
How?
Shoot, being a kid, being stupid, sticking a fork in the socket.
See, that's like, now we're going into therapy. Now we're going into mental health. Why would you want to put a fork in the socket?
Because they told me not to, so I just
They
so
told me not to.
Mm-hmm. I was real young. I was a little kid, though. I learned my lesson.
Yeah. Hey, and I said that because the other night we was at a restaurant. We was at a drive-thru, and it was taking a long time. So we got into a conversation with the cashier, and I was just talking to him about being shot and stuff like that. He said he got shot at the job, and I was telling him how I got shot at my job too. So you know how you cleaning up all the equipment and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so you go to unplug and stuff, and you ain't thinking. So I got water everywhere, soaping down all the equipment, and go to grab to unplug the machine, and got shot, bro. So that was the first time I got shot. I never felt nothing like it. I wasn't really sure what happened.
The more hit you so quick.
Oh shoot!
Hit you so quick. The only shock I had since then was like at the gas station, getting in the car one time. I got shocked. I think you're not supposed to be on your phone or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's above my pay grade.
Yeah, that right. They wasn't really major like that, but I stuck that fork in that socket though.
I said all that to say, Buddy said he did the same thing. So the cashier was talking about, yeah, I put the fork in the socket when I was little. And he was like, yeah, my mama found out. She made me do it again.
Hey, mama.
I was like, bro, y'all telling me child abuse, your trauma stories.
Sheesh. Well, mama won.
My mama made me do it again. Anybody, mama or daddy ever made them do something bad again? You know how they make you smoke a whole carton of cigarettes?
Man, I had experience like that with drinking.
Oh no.
Yeah, I just steal my daddy beer out the refrigerator, go outside and play.
No.
But I came back in, but I was sick. Cause I know why you sick. I'm like, all right, man, you gotta learn your lesson. Next time, I ain't gonna do it.
Yeah.
Then next time I end up doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. What about that brings up a good topic, bro. I ain't gonna lie, and it's something that people don't talk about. I feel like we don't discuss it. I discuss it on here because that's what I do.
Right.
But like co-parenting as a Christian, co-parenting as a believer, that's something I really haven't heard talked about.
Yeah. Me and my daughter's mother, we're co-parenting. Being honest, it's actually been going well. To be totally honest, better than I probably thought it would go.
Yeah.
Anytime you have a failed relationship of any kind, there's usually a certain amount of tension that's involved. But I think it also helps that before me and my wife actually got together, ex-wife anyway, got together, we were friends for a long period of time, so we know each other pretty well. So that can go one or two ways. That can make things worse. Or if you're grown, you're adults about the situation, both of you guys are believers, you can kind of be rational most of the time, you know.
Yeah.
But thankfully in our situation, man, we don't never want to behave in a way that's going to negatively impact the kids. She has a son already. We have a daughter. She never want to behave in a way that negatively impacts the kid, and of course me as well. So it's been going well for the most part. I think the key, like any other situation you're dealing with people, is communication.
Yeah, that's true.
As long as we communicate, respect each other, it's been cool, man. So far, I don't have any horror stories or nothing like that. Thankfully.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. It's cool. It's cool. You make it work.
Yeah.
And I think it's beauty in it. I mean, like you just gotta learn to find the beauty in everything, and it's just really it's a display of love. You know what I'm saying? Being able to deal with someone who, you know what I'm saying, who you had, like you said, you had a fair relationship with, and being able to deal with them in a way that Jesus would have you to deal with them. Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Not to get your emotions out the way and forgive, you know what I'm saying, and move forward. So it's a great expression of that.
Yeah, man. It's just, that's the tension of the text a lot of times. The way you feel and the thing you naturally want to do, and you may feel like you're justified to do. You look in the text, you realize that's not it. You know what I'm saying? So, but even dealing with me sometimes, like I know I'm not always the easiest person to deal with, probably from her perspective. You know what I'm saying? So, it's a certain level of crucifixion she gonna have to deal with me. You know what I'm saying? The things that I do, sometimes my schedule and what have you.
Yeah.
So sacrifices that she makes, I know I'm not the easiest person to deal with. So I try to take that into consideration too. Honestly, at a certain part of my life, when I probably didn't have the maturity level I have now, it's easy just to look at somebody else and just point the finger and say, you do this, you that. You know. But now I've been doing more, taking inventory, realizing areas I could improve in and work on. And I think being a parent makes you do that too, because when you're around your child a lot, you're exposing them to whatever you are, whoever you are. That's what your child gonna be exposed to. So it makes you want to tighten up those loose ends. You know what I'm saying? So your kid can see the best version of humanity. You know, so
yeah. I mean, they're gonna mimic what they see.
Facts.
They're gonna always mimic what they see until they start seeing something different. You know what I'm saying? Which you can't really hold them back from. But originally, they're gonna mimic just their environment. Their environment. So we definitely, you know what I'm saying, definitely be mindful of what we do and say around them. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, it's been it's good, bro. It's good because God will put you in those situations to bring that stuff out of you. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times we want to escape situations, and sometimes God will put you in a situation where you have to be the person that you're praying to be. You have to be that person. Now, you can't run. You can't move nowhere. You can't just go to another person. You can't go to another place. You have to stay in this situation and love the way that I want you to.
It's that refiner's fire, man. All the dirt and impurity gonna come to the top. It comes to the surface. When you're in that heat, that place of tension, you're really gonna show what you're made of. Like you say, the faith you say you have, the integrity, the character you say you have, when it's put to the test, you're gonna find out what kind of foundation you really have.
Yeah.
And I think that's really just life in general in this season, like, you know, as far as co-parenting and, you know, coming off of a failed situation and a lot of different things. The word of God really comes to life. It's like, okay, it was easy to preach this and say this and do that when it wasn't any adversity or any trials or, you know. But now it's like, okay, how you gonna handle this?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What you gonna do now? You know what I'm saying? Like, what kind of example you gonna set as a man of God? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like sometimes those one and the same, sometimes they're not. It just depends on the situation, you know. So
sometimes God answers our prayers with challenges. Like, and that's why what they say, be careful what you ask for.
Be careful.
So I'm just thinking about me being a younger Christian, like the stuff I prayed for and these big bold prayers to, you know what I'm saying, be this and do this, and it's like, and God's like, you sure you want that? You want what come along with that? You want, okay, because you're asking me for it. So I might not even give it to you. I might just let you feel a little bit of the weight of that. You know what I'm saying? Just to show you, okay, I might not be ready for all that. Let me slow down. Let me be humble. You know what I'm saying?
Right. My prayers these days are more like, Lord, I don't know what I'm doing.
Thanks.
Because you just guide and direct me. Because, you know, I don't want to make the wrong decision. And I know on my own that's what I'm going to do. You know, so give me the help I need. Like you said, when I was younger, Lord, I just want to do this and da.
In Jesus' name.
Like, man, that'll destroy you, man.
Okay, bet. Look, many great men have fallen before you.
Facts.
Many, you know what I'm saying? We can look in the Bible. Most of them dudes failed.
Time and time again.
Miserably.
Man. Yep, and I think too, it's coming into it, man. I think I had a fictitious idea what walking with God would look like.
Yeah.
I think we all probably thought we were going to reach this perfect space where everything was just flowing smoothly. We was in the will of God. Everything was just working out the way it's supposed to. But what I've come to understand now is when you look at scripture in context, a lot of these people were walking with God in spite of difficulty. It wasn't absent of difficulty. Everybody had a challenge they were dealing with while they were honoring God and serving God.
Yeah. It
don't matter who you pull. You can pull Moses out. Moses started with a temper, he ended with a temper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you look at David, he had a problem with women. You know what I'm saying? Solomon.
Yeah.
Same thing. It's like, you look at Elijah, you know, this dude beat all these false prophets. Next thing you know, he hide in the cave.
From a lady.
About to commit suicide, hiding from Jezebel. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, in the midst of challenges and adversity, that's kind of where you find that spot where God really becomes real to you. And he shows you who he is and why he is who he is. And he pushes you toward a destination you probably wouldn't choose on your own.
Yeah. I said life is weird, man. He was like, why you say life weird? I just think life is weird, bro.
Yeah.
Life is weird. But it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be. I said it's a movie, you know, and it's a heck of a movie, man. Produced, directed, written by God.
Man.
And he chose you to be in it. You to be in it, me to be in it. So, hey, what can you say, man? We ain't even have to be in it.
That's a fact.
We ain't even have to be in it.
You didn't have no role at all, you'll really be sick.
Why, what?
For real.
Why, what? Where you from, man?
Man, I'm from, right here where we at, man. I'm from the east side, man. East side of Atlanta, Georgia, man.
Yes, sir.
Grew up, Panola Way, Miller Grove. Rita Ann High School.
East.
Yeah, man, east side, man.
Yeah.
Mama stayed right around the corner, had to pull up, holler at her real quick. Can't be that close and I say what's up to mom and do, so.
Don't do it.
Yeah, man.
That's gonna mess up your Thanksgiving.
Oh, boy.
Maybe 4th of July. Oh, that's gonna be ruined.
Anything moving forward. I never hit the end of it. But yeah, man. This the home right here, man.
Yeah, man. From the east, my boy. Yeah, I'm from not too far from Not too far from here. Not too far from here. Man, what inspired you to rap?
Man, being honest, before I was saved, I had a couple friends, man. They had a group, and these guys, they were pretty good. I would think anyway, they were pretty good.
Yeah.
And they were going to the studio. And back then, none of us really just balling and getting bread like that. So we would put our money in together, pay for those guys to go to studio time. So we had a certain amount of time over there on Memorial Drive, Lionheart Studios, I remember. And just being there sitting down here in beats, I would just sit around, just write stuff down or whatever. Yeah. Never really wanted to do it for real. But folks, man, you were like, man, you put words together pretty good. Why don't you try to rap? So like, nah, I'm straight. Yeah. And as time went on, I would experiment and would try it. I could put words together, but I just didn't know how to ride a beat or do nothing like that for real. So I left it alone. But then I just started messing with it more and more, just through practice and whatnot. I felt confident enough to try to jump on the track. And me and a couple of my homeboys started a little group.
What's the name of the group? I gotta know it.
Man, called Money Mob.
Money Mob.
Money
Bro,
Mob.
the names of first groups and first CDs and first songs and first albums always hilarious, bro.
Man, we thought we
first rap name. What was your first rap name?
My last name Dollar, so they just call me Dollar Bill, so everybody call me Dollar.
That's hard. You got hard.
Yeah, Dollar. You know what I'm saying? So, but yeah, we thought Money Mob was just so innovative at the time.
Bro, ours was Cash Flow.
Man, it sound about right.
Ours was Cash Flow. Me, Dunn, and all my homeboys in the neighborhood. Cash Flow.
Yeah, man. So Money Mob and our niche was our niche was everywhere we went and did a show, man.
We had a strategy.
Money. We threw money, you know what I'm saying? So
niche.
Back then, the strip club was pretty prevalent in our lives at that time. So we kept a gang of ones on it. So we have a show, concert. We'll throw them.
Money Mob in the building.
And by this time, I had moved out to the West Georgia area in Carrollton. Yeah. And craziest show, man. We performed. We opened up for Player Fly, Bun B. And,
that's hard.
And Gangsta Boo, R.I.P. Gangsta Boo, man. We opened up for them three.
Dang.
And man, we were throwing money. Everybody running out the stands. You know what I'm saying? So Bun and them was like, man, y'all boys killed it. This and that. We really did, and we just threw money. You know what I'm saying? But we had a little traction, man. But God started dealing with your boy, and everything went left after that. Well, for them, we went left.
Yeah.
But I'm where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Yeah, it was my fault a couple times. Man.
James, just one more verse, James.
Man, that situation.
You not listening, bro. We finna blow up, bro. We need one more song.
Man, my homeboy was so mad because I had quit during that time. God really first started dealing with me then. And I was going back and forth, so that wasn't the last time, So then I jumped back in the game. I thought I can do like some semi-conscious, like Outkast type rap. Me and my dog Cole had a group. You know what I'm saying? Shout out my boy Cole. That group was called Crown Royal. So we had that group, and
bro, can't make it up. Crown Royal. How you spell it?
With a K. K-R-O-W-L. Yeah.
Can't make this stuff up.
Facts, man. So we we were doing well, had a manager.
Yeah.
We found ourselves in the studio with a well-known battle rapper dude named Sirius Jones. He had got signed with DTP.
For real?
Mm-hmm. And, he used to roast people like, he used to kill people. But a lot of times with battle rapping, it's different than actually writing songs. So he was talented, but it was hard to just come up with those records. So me and a couple other guys just brainstorming in the studio with him, trying to come up with a few ideas. And this one guy came and said, I like what you and your partner do, man. He's like, only thing about it, I need y'all, for lack of better terms. I forgot the word he used then, but basically, I need y'all to be more ratchet. And I was still kind of dabbing in the street, but like I said, God was dealing with me. I really didn't quite understand at that time, but I knew I was changing.
Yeah.
And old boy came in, man, had a bandana around his neck. I said El Diablo on that mother.
Oh Lord,
at my devil. I said, do you realize, bro, got something on to say the devil? They're like, man, they ain't got nothing to do with us. I said, man, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna play with y'all.
So the funny part about it, I didn't even know who these people were at the time. They're like, man, you acting like that, but you need to be over there with Canton Jones and TD Jakes. I'm like, who? I didn't even know who they were at the time.
For real, and they knew.
Yeah, because I had no kind of
say it all right there.
Right, I had no kind of church interaction, man. Like growing up in the household, my mom made me go to church, but it was like 9-10 years since I had been in church, man. At that time. So I stopped rapping altogether until I met some guys who did Christian rap. Young Noah, shout out Young Noah, him and a few other guys.
Shout out that boy Noah.
Yeah, that's when I got into Christian rap.
Dang. What year was it?
Whew. I first started doing Christian rap in about 2010, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2009, 2010.
Yeah, me too. Around that time.
My second show I ever had doing Christian rap was with you.
For real?
Yep, at your album release.
That's crazy.
I met you and Don Russell.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that was your second time. Dang, that's crazy.
Yep.
Yeah, Rita. Shout out Rita, man. But Rita had, she knew y'all something. I don't know.
She knew my dog Montreal.
That boy Trail, yeah.
Yep.
Dang, boy. Yeah.
Time fly, boy.
So, what you think is different between like rapping back then and rapping now? You know what I'm saying? Like, just the difference in eras.
I think
Christian rap.
In Christian rap, I think now, really the other way to say it, I think now, it seemed like back then Christian rap, they would try to kind of mimic different styles and sounds that were in the world with a Christian message, but they were always like a few years behind.
Yeah.
Like, like somebody would be rapping on like Little John sounding beats, but now everybody in the secular industry is listening to T.I. or somebody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, but now I feel like Christian rap, has gotten a lot better. I feel like there's a lot of talented people out there.
Definitely.
And I think it has a sound that's a lot more current because I think people kind of got over the whole aspect of just not keeping it real. People act like they didn't listen to secular music. A lot of people listen to secular music. A lot of folks style and sound are influenced by secular music.
Yeah.
So I think now people have much more liberty to say, hey, I listen to Lil Baby. Hey, I listen to Kendrick. I listen to whoever.
Yeah.
And just that sound and that vibe kind of influences a lot of the current artists, especially when you got younger people. A lot of the guys who really thrive in Christian hip hop now are kind of like early 20s. You know what I'm saying? Like, so they like, look, man, I'm not one of those people. I listen to whoever. And so I think that's kind of the difference. Back then, that was like sacrilegious almost to listen to secular music.
But you can't tell nobody that. They're going to stop and pray for you.
Man.
Right there, put oil down your forehead.
Facts.
But is it something wrong with that? See, that's where it get kind of gray. That's the gray area. Well, does that help us by, you know what I'm saying, refraining from it? Mm-hmm. Or should we go ahead and do it and just trust in our own willpower? You know what I'm saying?
It's tricky, man.
Yeah, that's it.
It's tricky, man. I think because, only God knows the heart of man. Mm-hmm. So it's like when you start talking about motives and things of that nature, it's a slippery slope because I don't think nobody goes in the studio and say, I don't want nobody to hear this. I think everybody who record a song, they want as many people to hear it as possible. Yeah. And if you're invested in it, you obviously want to see a return on your investment. But what I think has happened is I think the lack of kind of like OGs, and again, I think we came along in a generation where instead of OGs kind of like helping the young guys, because they're young, like even though they have talent, they don't necessarily mean they're spiritually mature.
Yeah, definitely.
I think we come into a point where instead of the OGs kind of helping the young guys, they'll either try to block the young guys or compete with the young guys.
Yeah, or use them.
Yep, or use them to keep their career going.
Yeah, use them.
But then the young guys looking like, man, I'm popping. I got 40,000 followers, subscribers on Spotify, and you got 12. It's like, why am I listening to you? Because a lot of older guys didn't approach the situation correctly. Yeah. Instead of embracing the young guys, say, hey man, I love what you're doing, but let me share some game with you. It was almost like, man, y'all boys tripping, man. Y'all don't know what Christian rap about. Yeah. So we automatically put a wedge in between.
Then you go to the opposite.
Yep.
You go to the opposite where we buddies. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think that's really shaped the Christian rap that we see today. It's a lot of talent, but probably not as much maturity as you would like to see in it with something that's affiliated with Christ. You know.
Yeah. Yeah. It's different. I definitely say it's different. Like you had to be a minister almost. You know what I'm saying? When we first came in, you had to be a minister to even get up there in front of them people. Like now it's more so based on just talent. Mm-hmm. Talent. Can you make the crowd go wild? You know what I'm saying? Can you wow the crowd? So it's cool. I get it. It's entertainment. But at what price? At what price? And that's a personal question for all of us. You know what I'm saying? At what price is this entertainment? You know what I'm saying? And what premium? What do I want from it? Should I want something from it?
Yeah,
it's a lot, bro.
I think for me, man, I early on in my faith, just coming in, I probably legalistic, real stern on certain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like anybody who was doing this, you had to be, like you were saying, you had to be a minister. That's how I was brought into it. You had to be a minister. You had to be somebody who was able up there to articulate the gospel without the beat, without the track. You had to be somebody able to do that because we had lamp mode and all the rest of these people who really thrived on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But now, as an older person in the genre, and also having kids, I'm cool with the Christian entertainment. I mean, it's up between you and God. You know what I'm saying? Your motives and how you handle stuff. But if I could put on a song where you're talking about Jesus and it's entertaining and I can vibe to it and I feel comfortable with my child listening to it,
facts,
I can get with it. I don't necessarily need you to give me a 3-point sermon in your song. You know so it's different. It's different tastes for different people. You know.
Yeah. All right, man. Best wings in Atlanta, real fast. Best wings in Atlanta, real fast. See if he say something crazy.
Best wings in Atlanta,
real fast.
Man, I'm gonna go with touchdown over off MLK.
Touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all messing with that touchdown? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I ain't mad at touchdown.
It used to be Mojo. Mojos ain't who they used to be.
I don't think I never been to Mojo.
Man, Mojos used to be the truth. You know who had some wings like for real, bro? Who was my go-to for a minute?
Who?
Used to be on Candler Road, but Al's Pizza House, bro. He used
on Flash Shows and Candler Meat?
Mm-hmm.
For real?
Yeah, Al Pizza House.
You remember back in the day, Homebox.
Oh, man.
Homebox that was next door.
Yeah, you snapped with that one.
Yeah. Candler Road, man.
And if you just in the mood, American Deli.
Homebox, huh?
American Deli, they come through every now and then.
Yeah, American Deli ain't bad. Let's see. If you don't want nothing else and you want to be generic.
Yeah. You been to the Bando?
Deli, man. Huh?
You been to the Bando yet?
I saw you. You went?
What? But me and Scott went there about... Well, me and Scott, shout out Scott Freeman, we went there about 3 days straight, boy. Had them crack wings, boy. Hey.
For real?
Motherfucker, boy. You gotta try this.
Now I gotta go.
You gotta hit that Bando, man.
Now I gotta go to the Bando.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, man. I know you like sports, bro.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know your favorite team.
NFL, NBA, what we doing?
NFL. It better be right. He gonna say it. He gonna do right.
Now, I'm gonna say this a disclaimer first.
He ain't finna do right.
I'm gonna give y'all a disclaimer first. I always want to see the home team do well. So I don't root against the home team. Now, some of the home team's fans get on my nerves sometimes, but the home team itself, I want to see the home team do well. But if I had to keep it all the way a buck, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan.
For what reason?
Growing up, man, I was always a fan. Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, you know.
America's team.
Yeah, man.
America's team, the Cowgirls.
That's me.
You didn't even want to say the F word, did you? He didn't even want to say the F word.
Man, look.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Man.
Say it proudly.
Falcons, man. I ain't gonna lie. I like the moves the Falcons been making in the offseason. I like their draft pick. A lot of people don't like that draft pick.
Yeah.
But Bijan Robinson, man, he probably one of the top players in the whole draft.
Yeah.
When they get him on the field, they're gonna be glad they got him. I promise you.
I know we beefing up that defense.
Yeah, that's always been a problem. That secondary.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We had got right for a little second. We just can't get them both at the same time. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Like we either had an offense and no defense, or we got a defense with no offense. We can't ever just get it balanced.
I think they're gonna be decent this year. The only wild card for me is that quarterback. I know Rentner. I think he's gonna be his second season.
Mm-hmm.
He was decent in college, but I don't know what he's gonna do in the NFL. I don't know. I gotta see. But the division y'all in is almost wide open. Besides, the Saints got David Carr, but Tampa, Brady gone.
It's wide open. It's wide open. It's the wild west.
Carolina got a rookie quarterback.
Whoever wanted bad enough.
Yeah, y'all got a good shot, man.
Whoever wanted bad enough.
But Atlanta sports, man, they known to let us down.
You think we still cursed? Or has the curse been lifted?
I think the Braves
won.
The Braves lifted the curse.
Okay.
The Braves lifted the curse. I think we got a
Bulldogs.
shot. Bulldogs, yeah, the state of Georgia, man, they been representing
Mm-hmm.
for a long time. It was bad though. I mean, I don't think. I hate to say this. I love the Hawks too.
Oh Lord.
But I'm a Boston Celtics fan, but I also love
No.
but I also love the Hawks. I don't see the Hawks winning the championship with Trae Young as the main guy.
So what we gonna do, bro? What we gonna do? Need a solution. Cause that's all we got.
I like him, but Atlanta not gonna win a championship with him being the main guy.
That's all we got.
For
Man.
you to have a main guy at that size, he got to be Steph Curry.
Steph Curry bigger than that.
Yep.
Steph Curry got 3 inches on Trey.
Yeah, just about.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
He got 3 inches on Trey,
Yes.
maybe 4.
So it's gonna be tough, man. I think they try to get DeJounte Murray. I like Murray, but I don't think
He wasn't a piece.
Yeah, he's not that number 2 player. He's like a number 3 option. Atlanta needs that guy. Atlanta needs like a Dame Lillard. Atlanta needs, but it ain't no basketball for him and Trey. He kind of needs somebody to play the 3 or in the post that can score.
Man, you need somebody. You need somebody like a Kevin Durant who don't need the ball. Who don't need the ball like that. Who can catch? Who can get buckets? You know what I'm saying? Just you can get buckets without it. You know, killing your offense.
Exactly. He just
in the floor of the game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
He'll score 30. You won't even realize.
I'm not gonna dribble all day on you. You know, I'm not gonna slow the offense down. I'm gonna get to my spot, pass me the ball. I'm gonna make the shot. Man, that's who he need. He needs somebody like that and somebody tall. Yeah. Somebody who can defend a little bit too. Right. That'd be all right.
I like Capella, man, but Capella don't have like a low post package. You need somebody who can score in the paint. Capella's just gonna rebound, hustle, run the floor.
He can't do nothing with no big ones. He can't do nothing with Joker. You talking about Embiid, and he can't do nothing with them.
And him and John Collins, like John Collins got a little jump shot. He can shoot a little bit, but John Collins, he not. I see why they trying to trade him. You know what I think? You know what I think the Hawks need, man. If you leave Boston, I can see Jaylen Brown.
Yeah, Jaylen. But he not leaving. I think Jaylen will come here, but I don't think he gonna come when we need him. Jaylen gonna come at the end of his career, or he going back home. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one of them.
I think Jaylen ready to leave Boston, man. I think because for one, he realized he in his prime. He never gonna be better than he is right now.
Never.
And the fact that they were even willing to put him on the trade block during the trade deadline, that made him feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
And he came out and said that. So now he realized when you're dealing with professional sports, loyalty is out the window. It's about what's best for that team. They're going to trade whoever, whenever.
Yeah.
So I think now that he knows that, he's like, well, shoot, what's the best opportunity for me? Who's going to give me the bag? Atlanta will give him the bag.
Atlanta ain't give that boy no bag.
Atlanta will give him the bag.
Atlanta crazy, man. Atlanta.
They crazy.
We don't need him. We don't need him.
Hey, now I like that.
Then 3 years later, then we go get him.
That's true. Atlanta,
that's us.
We tend to get people outside their prime.
That's us.
But you get Jaylen Brown. If you give me Trae Young, DeJounte Murray, Jaylen Brown with Collins and Capella, that's respectable.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen.
Stranger thing.
That ain't gonna happen. You think so? Going back to the draft, Luka or Trae? Do you think Atlanta made a mistake and we should have got Luka?
Absolutely.
Hot dog.
And I think Trae Young's a great player. I don't want to just take jabs at Trae like he's not dope. Like Trae is good. When you're dealing with Luka, he might not be the best defensive player, but his composure, his size, his shooting ability, his ball handling, his passing, like the only weakness in his game probably is defense.
Yeah.
But Trae Young not just a defensive stopper either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think I'd rather have somebody 6'7" who can do everything instead of somebody who's 5'11".
I want the size. You definitely want that size in this sport. You want that size.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
But nobody knew. Trae Young was balling at Oklahoma. Like, you had to respect that. Nobody knew Luka was going to be who he is now. We didn't know nothing about him. He came from overseas.
Yeah, we ain't having no tape on him.
Right, we ain't
definitely did.
Right, and the footage we did have, we like, okay, he's young. How's that going to translate over to the NBA? Because we got the best league in the world.
Yeah.
So, it's all right, though. Hawks, they'll make second round of the playoffs. That's all good. It could be worse.
It could be worse. Nah, we're going to get Bronny James, and he's going to solve all our problems.
Bronny's going to play for the Lakers, man.
Think so?
Oh, they already put in the call, man.
Yeah. That boy got commercials and everything, man. He probably got a shoe.
Already.
He probably got a shoe. I don't know.
The NIL changing the game, man.
That was up. Yeah, man. Bro.
Hmm?
So my girl, she say you sound like a rapper.
I already
Can
know
you
who.
guess the rapper?
I already know who.
Who it is?
2 Chainz.
You sound like Chains?
That's what I be hearing.
I don't know. I hear a little bit.
I think that's what both.
Chains, a little bit.
We got a nasally voice. That's about it.
Yeah.
Who she say?
What she said? Project Pat. It was like 3-6, some old 3-6.
Hey, I could live with that.
Yeah.
I grew up on that. Like I was saying, that's some of my influence, man. 3-6, 8-Ball MJG,
Yeah.
Outkast.
Oh, he's Southern.
T.I. Jeezy, yeah. But 3-6, man, I just bumped that 3-6.
Yeah.
Project Pat, probably one of my favorite rappers.
Still is.
He a believer now, man.
I know.
Shout out 2.0, man. 2.0 did a song with
Dudes.
Project Pat.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's hard. It was hard too.
Yeah, it was.
It was hard.
For sure.
Yeah, I love to do something with Pat.
Yeah, man. Pat definitely, man. I respected Pat, man. Pat dared to be different, but he had that flow like nobody else. Like
It's tall.
even now, if you try to do that, everybody knows like, man, that's Project Pat. Man.
Yeah.
Like,
I feel like all of them was like that, to be honest. Like that whole crew
Yep.
brought something to not hip hop, but just music, bro. Like music.
Yep.
Even still to this day.
That production they had. Paul and Juicy on the production.
Crazy.
Crazy, bro.
Crazy. Who your favorite producer?
Ever or just right?
Ever. Any genre ever. Like this person, the way this person just makes music is just crazy.
Well, that's a tough one, boy.
I take 3.
3-6.
No, I take 3, just 3 people. Three producers.
Okay.
You
So
know what I'm saying?
I would say Paul and Juicy. That's one.
Okay.
For me. I fool with.
It's some hard. Yeah, it's some hard. That's hard. That's a hard question.
I fool with Kanye.
Definitely, yay.
Yeah, Paul, Juicy, Kanye.
Dang, that's a crazy list.
And give me Dr. Dre.
Dog, I can't go with. Okay, that's good. That's good.
It's tough because it's so many other people I could think. I like.
It's a lot, bro.
I like Pharrell. I like Tim.
Yeah, for real, and that's hard to keep out. Timbaland's hard to keep out.
I like Pimp C as a producer. You know what I'm saying?
I don't even know the ones he made.
All the UGK songs.
Nah, he wasn't making beats too.
Yeah, Pimp C was making all them beats, bro. People don't know that. Pimp C was making all them beats, bro.
I had no idea.
Yeah, Pimp C was he produced all them tracks, bro.
No.
Yeah, that's my 3. I have to go with, like I said, 3-6, Kanye, and Dre, man. Because Drake, you gotta think. You say I don't know about Dre, but you gotta think about when Snoop hit the scene. Dre was producing all
But
that.
the only reason I say that, and I might be putting my foot in my mouth because people do it a lot today too. But him and Puff, him and Diddy, they did a lot of samples. So they sampled a lot of 70s music, a lot of early 80s music. So they were dropping in the early 90s where this stuff is kind of old and it's like a whole nother generation has come along. So we know the sound, but we don't know the song.
Right.
So you come out with the song, I'm gonna think, oh shoot, that Snoop Dogg came out with that sound. It's really from the Gap Band back in '75.
Yep.
So they did a lot of samples.
They did.
So that's why I kind of put Diddy and Dre in their own little category. Like they dope producers, but they used a lot of stuff that people was familiar with.
If I had to say, okay, if we put Diddy and Dre over here, and I got Kanye and 3-6 over here, I would have to say Manny Fresh.
Yeah, it's just original, just all original.
Manny Fresh, and shout out honorable mention DJ Toon.
T.I. Yeah. See, but that's what I mean, like producers like that, like from scratch.
Yeah.
From scratch, from no influence. This is what I came up with. Like, and it made me think about Zaytoven.
Zay, yeah.
Who created his own sound.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? Who else? Like a Pharrell. like a Timberland.
But Dre did
They
too.
weren't using no samples.
Dr. Dre. Oh man, I
They was
can't
creating
believe
sounds with their mouth making beats out of it.
it. Bro, start the whole list over, bro. I'm just start the whole list over, bro. So
You think you know? The
3,
wheels
6,
are turning.
3-6, Kanye West,
Uh-huh.
and what's them guys? Organized Noise, bro.
Ooh, now they were making
Organized
music.
Noise.
Bro.
Yeah, bro.
They were making They were making classical music.
What was I thinking, bro?
Yeah. I wasn't even thinking about them either.
3-6, Organized Noise, and Kanye, bro. Probably my top 3, bro.
Yeah. That boy, yay. Organized Noise, yeah. People don't, yeah.
Them folks produced a song for In Vogue.
For real?
That What's It Gonna Be song?
Dang.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dang. Yeah.
Yeah. Truth.
Yeah, bro. Did you see yourself doing music this long, or it just like a passion
Bro,
at this point?
I done retired in my mind about 4-5 times already.
In my mind.
In my mind, it's just like every time I tell myself I'm done with it, something just happens. It's just like, okay, maybe not yet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I think anytime you're doing any kind of art form or putting yourself out there in that way, if anybody's honest, you always have moments of discouragement and frustration, and doubt, a lot of different range of emotions. So, kind of made me question sometimes, like, is it? Is it a new season? Should I just focus on different things? And I can't say to a certain degree, music is not like as much of a priority as it was once. I still do it. I still enjoy it. But at one point, it was just music. Now it's like I vacillate with back and forth between that and just like ministry and like, you know, the preaching aspect. So, but I never thought, to answer your question, I never thought I would be doing it this long, for real.
Yeah.
What about you?
Nah. I would say I would say like my cutoff point was probably a couple years ago. But it's like just the more mature I get, it's like, why would you stop? Why would you stop making art for God? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not to say God won't have you pivot and go another direction, but it's gonna be something tied into the original gifting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So why would you? And at this point, like I remember years back, I wanted to actually kind of make it. You know what I'm saying? Quote unquote, what making it is.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
I think everybody wants a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And not to say that's anything wrong with that. But you know, I used to want this to be my full-time job.
Yeah, same.
You know
here.
what I'm saying?
Same here.
But just the older I get, I just appreciate just being part of the space. I just appreciate being able to say that I'm one of the people who helped create this space.
And you've impacted thousands of lives. With
Yeah.
your music, bro. It's people in other countries listening to your music right now. You don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
so I just now I'm good with just being able to say, man, I was one of the people. Not to say I don't want to make it seem like I'm an originator of this, but I was able to help push this genre forward. I might not be at the front of the genre, which I think everybody's fighting for.
right.
But to be able to say, man, I was one of the people who came in the genre and made some noise to just help push the genre forward. That's good to me.
Would you say that your career has gone farther than you ever thought it would have?
I've been in rooms and around people in places that I would have never thought I would have been.
Absolutely, bro.
You know, and it's people who would kill to be in my position and your position, and to know the people we know have shook the hands that we shook. You know what I'm saying? Depending on some of the rooms that we've been in, it's people who would kill for those experiences. So I try not to take that for granted.
Yeah, can't minimize that, man.
Yeah,
we have some good experiences, man. Like as long as we've been doing it, and even now to the point where people still. Like you dropping the single at midnight, people still anticipating what you do. Like, you know, sometimes you like that old dude in the club. They're like, man, what you doing, man? You need to go ahead and go home. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But for us, it's like you still relevant.
We still got something to add to it.
Yeah, we still got something to benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So like, yeah, man, it's crazy.
And then when you ain't got nothing to add to it, you know, I feel like that's when you leave. But I mean, that's hard to do. Only thing you can do is just pivot. Because you still want to help push the message. I still want to help get this art form to as many ears as possible.
It's crazy, bro. The weirdest thing ever, bro. Like, I literally told myself last year that I was going to be done, and I was talking to Strike and my partner J Bez, and they were like, "Man, you need to still put out some music. Why you gonna stop?" You know what I'm saying? So locked in with them boys, put out my last album, and this album has got the best response out of anything I ever put out, bro.
See,
and I was finna quit, thinking it's over with. You know what I'm saying? So, they go to show you, man. A lot of times we be in our own head. We start thinking certain things. We put limitations on stuff. And I think it's two-part what you were saying. I think if everybody's honest, everybody who does this at one point or another felt like, man, I want this to be my main thing. I want this to be the thing that provides me income, help me take care of my family, do whatever. And I think we don't necessarily go to that space. You begin to minimize everything that has happened, like we said, and you kind of get frustrated, get discouraged sometimes because you haven't reached certain goals. Then you got to stop and just smell the roses, like you were just saying. Like, man, I've been in rooms, I've been in places, I've traveled, to this day, I'm still blessed to tour a couple times a year. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we put that pressure on ourselves sometimes, and we allow disappointment to kind of just sway our decisions, man. I see you do stuff. I'm like, man, Chris killing it. You know, so I done seen like people typing up blogs, all kind of stuff. I'm like, man. And I'm happy to see it because, like I said, we came in this thing around the same time. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man.
And it's man, it's in a crazy place right now. I think I know a lot of people are hearing it. Like it's getting to the masses. Now I wouldn't say it's mass adoption yet, but it's getting to the masses. It's getting to celebrities. It's getting to those influencers that you wanted to get to help push it to the next level.
Syncs, all that stuff.
Yeah, but it just then it just come back. It goes back to us and the people within the genre being able to have enough integrity and savvy to carry it to the next level.
Facts.
So I don't know what that looks like. I don't know what it looked like, but I believe it's possible. And like I said, man, I'm honored just to be in the space. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
know the people I know. We're gonna push.
Definitely,
we're gonna push for sure.
Yeah, man, it's definitely been a blessing, man. Like I say, like you saying, I never thought that I'd be able to experience and see some of the things that I have. But I think to continue to have it grow, I think it's kind of what we were talking about before, man. Just embracing where you are, embracing your role, and as the younger guys come along, man, being that voice of reason to kind of help them walk through some stuff and process their thoughts. You got to be able to pass the baton.
Yeah,
I think we see that not just in Christian rap, a lot of time in churches or anything. Sometimes people have a hard time passing the baton. They don't want to just but like without legacy, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? So you can't do it forever. That's why you see a lot of churches when the pastor died, the church died because he didn't want to pass the baton. You know what I'm saying? So I think for us, while we still in our prime, we also got to realize for the guys coming up after us, we got some valuable information that we can share with them that'll keep them from bumping their head on some of the stuff that we did.
Yeah.
And let them skip some stuff. I think that's how you keep it going forward. So,
yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, man. After everything you've been through, do you think that are you scared of love? Are you scared of love?
That's a real question. I think more so than scared of love, I'm scared of another bad experience. And what I mean by a bad experience is like, you give a relationship a certain amount of time, like, you put 2-3 years or however many years you put into a situation and you walk away and it doesn't work out. I ask myself, man, do I got another 3 or 4 years in me?
Yeah.
For the possibility of that happening. So
it's an investment.
I think it's more of a fear of failure than it is love. I think I'm capable of loving again. It's just like, do I want to go through the possibility of?
But he didn't give us the spirit of fear.
That's true, and that's what he's working on me on. Like,
but he didn't give us that. He didn't give us the spirit of fear. So
it's sometimes I feel like I'm ready to go 100 miles per hour and do that. And then some days I'm like, well, let me just pump my brakes a little bit. And I think too, like I was talking about earlier, like I'm in one of those seasons now where I'm just taking inventory and really just learning about myself. Um, because if you have a situation that don't work or situations that don't work, it'd be foolish to continue the same behavior and take that into another situation without at least considering the fact that you may have some issues that are causing these situations to go a certain way. So, just being mature and grown enough to handle things that way. Yeah, so that's where I'm at right now. I wouldn't necessarily say I'm scared of it. I'm just a little apprehensive.
Apprehensive. That's a code word for scared. No, but it's real though. It's real though, because it's like you wanna insulate yourself from as much as you can. You know what I'm saying? Coming from that experience, right. Because Miles Monroe, he compared that experience to losing a loved one. It's like a death. It's like a physical death. Even though nobody's died, it hits you like a death would hit you. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think nobody wants to feel that grief. Nobody wants to feel it, but you gotta be willing to experience that to experience true love at the same time. Yeah, and it's like and then that's how God love us. Mm-hmm. That's how God love us. Like it gotta hurt. Love has gotta hurt. Love has gotta you gotta be vulnerable, and it's like becoming vulnerable again.
Yeah, yeah, man. That's the thing too, man. I think too, as I get older too, like I think as I value you have a more of a value of time. You know, when you're in your early 20s and stuff like that, you just like, well, shoot, I got time. I ain't got to worry about that right now. But now it's like you start valuing your time. You start seeing things happening. Life is happening. Yeah. It make you just move a certain kind of way. But sometimes you could be too careful to the point where you don't do nothing. It's like, it's a scripture in Ecclesiastes that said, "Those who wait for perfect weather will never plant seeds."
Yeah, that's hard.
You know, so I think sometimes, yeah, man. Sometimes when you waiting for the perfect situation, you'll miss out on everything. Mm-hmm. So I'm aware of that as well too. So I just, I think I just don't approach things the way I did before. I think it makes you more careful. It makes you consider all your options. Certain things that might have weren't really a red flag for me before, I might consider to be red flags now. I'm just in a different season. Then having a child too, the way I approach things, the things I'm looking for are different. So yeah, man, I think it's in the cards for me again. Yeah, it just at the right time.
Yeah, I don't know. I just learned. Oh man, it's an old saying: haste makes waste. You know what I'm saying? We move fast. A lot of time we move wrong. And it's like I want to move at the right pace. Mm-hmm. It's about pace because you don't want to move too fast. And also you don't want to move too slow. Right. So it's like moving at the right pace. But I think the main thing in that is not feeling rushed. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because inwardly when you feel rushed opposed to when you feel like, okay, I can make this decision. And I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? I don't feel rushed. I don't feel influenced by the circumstance. Mm-hmm. Like I'm ready to make it opposed to I need to hurry up. Right. Before, you know what I'm saying? And just learning not to listen to that original voice that wants to rush you. Facts. And yeah. Mm-hmm. Cause like the older you get, bro, the more you slow down.
Right, that's it. That's where I'm at. Mm-hmm. And I think too, I've learned not to make myself a prisoner of other people's expectations. Yeah, I think sometimes we've committed to things that you probably weren't ready for just because you didn't want to let other people down. Yeah, and I think for me, I had to look at it like, man, I don't want to let me down either. You know what I'm saying? So let me just do all of us a favor. Let me not commit myself to something I'm not ready for in order to save your feelings. And just be real with you. Yeah. And you'll appreciate that more so than me, you know what I'm saying, playing with you. So, because, especially as you get older too, man, the clock is different, you know what I'm saying? People looking like, shoot, hey, so what we doing? Yeah. And I'm like, shoot, I thought we were just watching TV.
It's been 2 hours. Yeah. What are your intentions with me? Right.
So yeah, that's why right now I just stay out the way until I'm ready to deal with all that.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey man, take your time.
Oh yeah.
Take your
I'm
time.
enjoying life, man. Enjoying fatherhood. Enjoying ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got plenty of things, man, to occupy my time. I got a 2-year-old, so I got plenty of things to occupy my time for right now.
Yeah. How the experience been, man? I know you've been giving the messages on IG,
Bro.
that, almost every day. So how was that experience being like?
That's funny, man.
Making that content.
It's funny, bro, because I started doing it out of conviction during the pandemic. Kind of felt God dealing with me, like, so it ain't no shows or y'all ain't having church, so you just not a minister no more, huh? You just gonna chill out, huh? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, what's another way where I can just share? You know what I'm saying? So I was doing a transportation job. I was taking these 2 guys to like doctor's appointments or whatnot, and they'd be inside the clinic or whatnot for like 10, 15 minutes. So I'm just sitting in the car. I was just like, I'm just gonna start doing little inspirational messages.
Mm-hmm.
And they started out being kind of long. I was doing like 3 to 5 minutes. Then I had to realize people's attention span after like that first minute and a half. Yep. And that's it. Now, if I had a podcast like we were doing here and we're sitting down, people are engaged because they're coming for a certain thing.
Yeah.
But when they're on social media scrolling up their phone, if you ain't saying nothing that's gonna pop in like a minute and a half, if that,
45, 30.
Right. So I start shortening the messages. And as I shorten the messages, man, I start seeing like a tremendous increase in people who were listening.
Mm-hmm.
To the point now I look, and it's crazy. I say it's crazy because, like you said, life is weird. I think this month, man, I probably reached in the last month like 30,000 people just sitting in my car. And I sit here and think Christian rap. We sitting back finding beats, rapping our little hearts out.
And all we gotta do is say the word,
man.
Yeah.
So that's been. It really been amazing, bro. It's really exceeded every expectation I had. I just thought it was gonna be something I was doing for the meantime, but it really became like this. It took a life of its own.
Yeah. Nah, keep on doing them all hard. It's
I
hard,
appreciate
bro.
it, man.
And like, you never know. You never know who need to hear that in that moment, in that way.
That's the most encouraging part about it, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I get a lot of inboxes and people saying, "Man, I really need to hear that." Like, that was right on time, and people start, telling me what they're going through. I get an opportunity to pray for people, and yeah, man, it's like I said, it's been a blessing, man. Shoot, I didn't think it was gonna turn into that.
Yeah,
but God got a way of doing stuff.
Yeah, you never know, bro. You never know. Cause I never thought it was just music. I always thought, cause I don't know. Even when I was young, I was like, well, God didn't just make rappers. Like he made apostles, he made bishops, he made ministers, he made, you know what I'm saying, evangelists. That's what he made. Not just the way or the vehicle that we use to do that might be music.
Right.
But that one rapper is not one of those.
Facts.
Fivefold ministry, you know what I'm saying?
That's the method you choose to do.
Yeah, or that's the talent or the gifting that God gave you to do that with.
Right.
So it's big, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes we gotta, like my song that I'm dropping today, like Get Out the Way. We gotta get out of God's way sometimes and just let him do what he wanna do in us. And it might not be comfortable, but like that's what he is.
Yeah.
That's what he is. And you talked about that. You talked about it like him being the strength in our weakness.
Mm-hmm.
He wanna use those weak areas.
Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that scripture really come to life, man. The more you walk with God, you learn how much you try to do God's job. And a lot of times, like you say, you just be in the way. You really just hindering yourself from the growth, from the progress, and everything that God have for you, because no matter how much we say we trust God, there's always those areas in our life where we're still struggling to trust Him. Yeah. And I think what God does, He allows us to come into situations to where we have to realize it's nothing that I can do. I'm facing situations right now where I have no answers for. So it's like either I'm going to trust God or continue to be foolish.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard, man. I think so many of us have trust issues because of things we've been through in life. And if we're honest, when the word trust, period, whether it's with humans or with God, it can be difficult.
It's hard.
Especially when you put your trust in someone you can't see. It's not tangible. It's like I have to really believe that you're there and that you're going to do everything the word says and that You got a calling on my life, and when they turn up the heat, sometimes it's a struggle.
Yeah.
If we honest,
Definitely.
But,
Definitely.
yeah, man.
I got 2 more questions, man, and we'll get out of here.
For
Do
sure.
you think? Well, let me give a little preface. Recently, a lot of shooters and stuff like that in America. We just had a shooting in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Do you think that America has a gun problem?
No, I'm one of those people. I don't think guns are the problem.
Yeah.
Because I believe you take guns away, they're gonna find another way to kill people or to do stuff. I mean, just being honest. I mean,
Knives. Yeah.
right? Knives, bow and arrow, so they're gonna do
Oh,
something.
that bow and arrow serious now.
Yeah, that cross. I really get shot. They hit with a crossbow.
It ain't. They gotta. Yeah. The exit is worse than the entrance.
Yeah. So I think it's more of a mentality that's the issue.
Yeah.
I think us in our country. I think mental health. I think the guy who was shooting in Atlanta. So I think they said he had like PTSD, had like a mental health issue. Or whatever.
And most of them do when they go back into their background.
Yep. So I think you see a rise in awareness in mental health. So I think these situations really show us how important it is for us to really deal with mental health and be open-minded toward that. I don't think guns are the problem. I just think people are not really being taught enough information about guns, mental health. It's a lot of different things that contribute. I think what we're seeing with these shootings are the surface responses to something that's going on beneath the surface or something internal.
Yeah.
And I don't think taking away the guns are going to get to the root of the issue.
Yeah.
You might people strangling the people. It's you know what I'm saying? It's crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like it just
stranglers.
Yeah, it's a deeper issue than just the guns, I believe.
Yeah, definitely the mental health part of it. Yeah. Then a lot of people just concerned about just America losing its status. Like we was it. We were him.
Man, I was looking at.
We was him.
You up on this brick stuff that's going on?
What's a brick?
Yeah, so basically Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. They've all agreed to no longer trade using U.S. currency. They're just trading with each other and they're forming their own currency. And then I saw something today that 19 other countries are trying to jump on board with the BRICS. That's what they call it, BRICS for each country, Brazil, Russia.
Yeah.
19 other countries are trying to jump on board with them. And they're basically establishing their own means of trade and currency. So what that means is the American dollar is losing more value.
Yeah.
They're trying to, weed us out. So.
Yep.
I don't know what it's going to look like.
Yeah, I don't know. I think by then the robots be done took over by then.
AI stuff, man.
That's a robot issue. That's not a American issue anymore. That's a robot issue.
The AI stuff's scary too, man.
Oh yeah, it's amazing. You used to be worried about people taking your credit card, you know what I'm saying, your name and your social. Right. Now they taking your voice and your face. They taking your voice and your face too.
Yeah, you can get framed for crimes and all kinds of stuff.
I wasn't even there. Yes, you got you on camera right here. Who?
Yep.
I was asleep.
Exactly. It's scary, bro.
Yeah. All right, man. Last question. I'm gonna get you out of here, my boy.
Yep.
Top 3 movies, man. Top 3 movies. That's gonna let me know what kind of person you are. Yeah.
Top 3 movies.
Top 3 movies.
Scarface.
Mm-hmm. Seen it. Belly. Belly's a little ratchet. Okay.
And
I like the way Belly was shot though.
Yeah. And that's what I like about it. Kai Williams did his thing.
Yeah, it was different.
And Paid in Full.
All the hood classics.
Yeah, man.
All the hood classics.
Unpopular opinion, man. I'm not a real big, hey, let's go watch a movie guy.
Yeah.
I'm the person that if somebody say, hey, man, let's watch this movie, I'll watch it because they say let's watch it. But like, if I watch movies, I like either action movies like that or like comedy. If I had to take one of those out and put another one in, it'll probably be the original Coming to America.
Yeah. Classic.
I don't know a movie you can watch 100 times and still laugh when you see it.
Friday.
Yeah, classic.
Friday. It's some movies like that, bro. It's some movies like that. I just sit and watch. Life.
Life is classic.
I'm sitting and watching Life. I don't care what part it's on. I want to see it again.
Life is classic.
I want to see it again.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I like those, and I like movies like Paid in Full. You know, that's based on a true story. I like that. Scarface, just seeing like the whole ride, the power. Like I don't know, I know it's an older movie, but the scenes in that mug, like it was crazy. Even the way he went out, it was just like
Scarface was very dynamic.
Yeah, man.
The rise and the fall. You know what I'm saying? You get to see it all in Scarface.
Yeah, it's real.
But that boy came from nothing.
Yep, same with Paid in Full.
From nothing. Yeah. All of them.
Yeah.
But those movies are great because I think it's all the same. It's just like it's a cowboy movie.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing but cops and robbers.
Facts.
Because they always show the police trying to catch him.
Yep.
And then that always have its own story within it. And then you get to see, so.
Man, what was that one movie? Speaking of cowboy movies, it was a black cowboy movie that came out. Was it last year? The year before?
The Harder They Fall.
Man, that was a good movie.
That's what Jay-Z done produced it.
Yeah, that was a good movie. With Idris Elba.
He had everybody in there.
That was a good movie.
He had everybody in there.
So I fooled with that.
Yeah. I'm trying to make something like that, man.
Yeah, that's hard, man.
I'm trying to.
You into the Marvel situation?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm not huge on it.
I fool when it come out, I watch
it. I know enough to talk about it.
Yeah, I ain't one of the people who collected the comic books and then
them folks know the alternate universe, alternate endings. Well, in Universe 42, Black Panther is actually white.
Right. See, I ain't deep into it like that. When it come out, I say, "Oh, man, that look cool." Endgame, okay. Thanos, all right. I'll watch that. You know, but a lot of folks real serious about that Marvel universe though.
I know it's hard, man. They couldn't drop that Flash.
I still ain't seen the second Black Panther.
Okay, let me not say. Let me not say that until you see it.
Yeah, I saw the first one, but I saw Umar Johnson. I saw Umar Johnson.
You couldn't even say Umar Jackson without laughing.
I see his commentary on the second one. It was hilarious.
I want to know, but I really don't want to know.
Man,
that's how I feel about
it. Was hilarious,
Brother Jackson.
You wouldn't even believe it if I told you what he said. You had to just see
I probably would.
Yeah.
Knowing me, bro.
Yeah,
knowing him.
He find an issue with everything.
He ain't gonna say nothing that shot me.
Man.
He ain't gonna say nothing that shot me
Hilarious.
at all.
Hilarious.
If it open that school, man.
Oh yeah?
Did you donate to the school? He trying to open the school?
No.
Send some money that way.
I don't fool with you more, man.
Send some money that way. The dog.
That man don't even. I ain't gonna use your show. I ain't gonna use your show to do that, man. I just say, nah, I'm not gonna donate. I'm gonna leave it like that.
Hey, man. Hands off. Yeah. We love everybody.
That's it,
In
man.
Jesus' name.
In Jesus' name.
Hey, man. It's your boy, Chris Elijah. I just went through the process with my homeboy, Plain James, man. James, say something positive for the people.
Hey, look, man. For all those right now who are in a situation in their life right now where they're trying to figure out what's next, feel like you're back against the wall, man, I just want to tell you, man, before you do something irrational, before you do something out of character, take your time, breathe, seek the Lord, man, before you make a move. There's a lot of things going on in the world today that's pulling on us in different directions, tugging on our emotions, our thoughts, our feelings. And you could always feel like you're kind of in the blender, you know what I'm saying? Like you gotta make a quick decision. Do not let your circumstances around you determine the choices that you make. Man, seek God, follow God, let Him give you guidance and instruction on what you're supposed to do. That's always the best move, man. For sure.
Man, appreciate it, my boy.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
Hey, man. We just went through the process. We gone.
Yes, sir.
Cut!
What's good, man? It's your boy Plain James, and I just went through the process with my bro Chris Elijah, man.